everyone keeps asking me, why did my Google business profile get suspended? Exactly. I'm going to tell you that there might be a few things that you've done to your profile that Google finds suspicious. You don't want to stick around for this? Okay. As I was saying, Google has some ways that they find that activity that you might have done just updating your profile, they find to be suspicious. You want to be very clear with Google that you are indeed still in business a few different ways. One, continuing to optimize your listing. If you stop touching your listing, you're not adding photos, new posts, any new reviews are getting posted, they're going to be unsure if you're still in business and still looking for customers. So if you go years without touching your profile and then all of a sudden you start doing all of these things, you might have a suspended listing within a couple of weeks. And this is not a bad thing. This is allowing Google to just double check that you are indeed doing these things to your profile. So when you find out that your listing is suspended and you get the email and you start panicking a little, you have a couple of steps you need to go through. In the email, there will be a button to ask to appeal the suspension. With that appeal form, you will be asked a few things and verifying your business existence at the address that is on your listing. So a few things need to be exactly the same. One, the business name needs to be the same as what your profile business name is. Exactly. As well as the address. Again, exactly the same. If they're slightly different, if you use street versus ST, if you have a suite number on your listing but not on the proof of business document, then you're going to have some issues with this suspension appeal. So you want to be as literal and prepared as possible before you begin the appeal process. Make sure you have at least one document that says the business name and your address exactly the same as it does on your listing. If you don't have a business document such as a tax ID or an LLC document, you may be able to use a utility bill, which can be your internet, trash, anything to show that your business receives mail at that same address. Being able to provide this really does clarify that Google knows you are in business at this address. Now, if you get suspended and they request another verification, you may go through the verification video, which I have other videos to show you exactly how to do that. Now, it will require you to show the interior, exterior, locked areas, equipment, vans, anything about your business in that video verification. Again, Google is creating extra hoops for businesses to run through because they want to make sure there's no fraudulent listings. They're making sure that all of the information that's on Google is accurate, and they're going through steps to make sure that you can prove that it is. So what other ways might you accidentally suspend your listing? One, you change your business name, your address, or your phone number. Those are very important details to your business and to Google. So if there's a change there, it's going to be a red flag to Google. The next thing is that you haven't touched your listing and you go in and make a ton of optimizations. This new activity, Google finds suspicious and they want to check out more who's doing it and if they're still accurately providing business documentation to prove it. Now, other ways that you might get your listing suspended is by uploading photos or posts or services or products that are not compliant with Google's policies. Now, you really have to work hard to violate any of these policies. All you need to do is focus on your business, your accurate business, and being as transparent and honest as you can. Google doesn't like when there is a lot of text on photos. They will share this information with you if it gets to a point that you may be on the verge of doing something wrong. Now, making sure that you provide honest information about your business is going to be the main objective for you and this listing. Making sure you're not lying or actually trying to scam people. They are very, very good at hunting down those people that are having fraudulent activity through Google listings. So as long as you're doing honest business and making sure you showcase as much information about your business as possible, you're in the clear. Now, if you come across a suspended situation and you've appealed it and you're kind of in this limbo with Google, feel free to reach out to me and I can help you through the steps of communicating and trying to get a second appeal or understanding what policy you broke for Google to help you get your listing back up and verified for new customers to find. So again, if you have questions or you're in a situation where you're very frustrated or unsure of what to do next, feel free to reach out and ask me any questions.